We back with another mock draft 2.0 on Chicago Bears Central. It's your boy Stevo Speed here for another mock draft. It's gonna be a little bit different. I got some definitely in the first few picks. I got some definitely different people. We're gonna get straight into it, but first, gotta hear that music though. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Chicago Bears Central, which one of your hosts is Stevo Speaks. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure if you want to leave a text or a voicemail, it's 773-242-9336. If you want to leave it on social media, Shop Bears Central, y'all know what it is, but let's get straight into it. I ain't going to waste no time. So, y'all kind of heard how I felt about what we was going to go into with my first mock draft, but that was pre any moves in the offseason. Now that we know the offseason moves, us losing pretty much everybody in our secondary, getting some new people up in the D-line, mainly in the interior when it comes to that, losing our core and our linebacker, him going over to the Giants. So, yeah, I'm kind of going to look at this a little bit different. So, starting off, let's get straight into it with the first pick in the 25th pick of the first round. I got the Chicago Bears going out there and scooping up Zion Young, the edge out of Missouri. Now, I'm pretty sure most people that's Bears fans around, we know pretty much, we've been talking about Zion Young pretty much early on into this college season that he just had. Not necessarily had a crazy season, but had, if not his best season as a college player, definitely having with his standing out stat with it being 16.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks. So when it comes down to it, why do I think we should go out here and get him? Well, for one, this is like I said, of course, I had us going in Caden, going D tackle in the first mock draft, and I'm got us going edge because I felt like if anything we did address on this D line, it was the interior. So I feel like the first pick should address the edge because we didn't do anything. And quite frankly, I'm looking at somebody that could possibly be a replacement for our quite frankly got our star edge Georgia and Montez Sweat. So not necessarily I should say career takeover right as of now, but I think down the line this is our guy. Now he's 6'6", 262, the standard build for somebody in Denton Allen in terms of edge rushers, has all the capabilities to be a great edge rusher. My only things with him is he don't necessarily has the bag work out that most edge rushers you would say. He don't necessarily have all the spin moves and the rip throughs and the swim moves. He's pretty much a power edger, power speed. So he does a lot of bull rush. He does some rip throughs here and there. He's very explosive. Can get to him. Can be very disruptive on the D line. So that's a lot of things that I see that I can feel like he can help for the team. Now, I do also have another backup plan if he's not available. I feel like this guy might also be available. I think we should go out there, and if he's not on the board, we should go out there and draft at the 25th pick, Peter Woods, the D tackle. Now, I heard what I just said. Well, you just said we don't need to address the D tackle with everybody that we just addressed in the D tackles in the offseason. I ain't necessarily say I like the moves we made at the D tackle position. I mean, of course, Neville is a depth piece within himself, but at the end of the day, he's not somebody I want to bank on. And this is somebody I feel like if we went out there and decided to draft him, he's something we could bank on. So he's the prototypical, like I said, D tackle that Dennis Allen want. He's 6'2", 6'3", around 290 to 298 to 310. This is a guy that if you seen him when he first went into Clemson, he completely changed his body because he weighed way more coming in his freshman and sophomore year, and he completely changed his body over time. But One thing about him, he's gotten better as each year's gone. His strengths, I would say, is him being powerful and explosive. He's got very good lateral quickness for his size. His hands are usually tied to his feet, which is a good thing. Has very explosive hips. So no Diddy, because I know how some of y'all freak ass is. But yeah, I like him. He's sturdy when it comes to his base. He and quite frankly, even though D tackles are not necessarily known for landing booms and hit sticks, that motherfucker can lay some motherfuckers down. So his presence would definitely be known. So quite frankly, I understand what our coach and our GM has been saying. We're gonna go best player available for all picks. Fuck that. When it comes to the 25th pick in this draft, it's best defensive player available. That's why I feel like at this current time, in my prediction, at the 25th pick, those will probably be the two best available options, in my opinion. Now, let's go on to the second round pick. Now, in the second round pick, um, I'm not gonna lie, losing Tremaine Edmonds is a loss. It's a real loss. So I think, don't get me wrong, I like the additions of Devin Bush. I think he's going to be a quality linebacker, especially at the middle linebacker position for us. But I just think if you go out there and go on a limb, especially if he's still there, I'm gonna be honest with you. If Jacob Rodriguez is at the second pick for us, I mean, it's in the second round for us, you go get him. You go out there and get him. This man was a Heisman finalist, one of the Heisman finalists, if almost close to winning it. He's just an all-around linebacker. Now, the only reason I feel like he's gonna slip into the second round because to me, he's an all-around linebacker. He's good in coverage. He's good in playing the run. He's good in making tackles, all wrapping up, all the above. He has nice speed. Nice everything. The only thing I got, he's not a super massive, physically imposing linebacker. I think he's listed around 6'1", 6 foot, around 230, I would say. But when it comes down to anything that you want, when it comes to a linebacker, being smart, being instinctual, he's very good at catching up and predicting routes. He's very consistent when it comes to his movement. Like it's not too many faults when it comes to the thing. He don't drift into traffic when it comes to certain things on the coverage side. I To me, like I just said, he's a first round pick in my opinion. The only reason why I feel like he's going to slide into the second round is simply because of his size and some of the other performances of linebackers that were made in the draft combine. Not saying that he didn't have a good combine, because in my opinion he did. He's one of the best. I think in most of the category he was in the top 10 when it comes to linebackers. So in my opinion, I think he's the best choice. I don't really necessarily have a second pick when it comes to the second round. I think he shall be there, and quite frankly, that's my pick. Now, in my third round pick, we need to address the defense again. Now I know, well, let me take a pause. Do we necessarily have to address the defense? I don't know. But the only reason why I say this is because if this guy is there at the defensive spot, I think we should take him. And that's AJ Housley, the safety out of LSU. Now, on to me, he's not a necessary 100% a Brisker replacement, but he's Brisker light. He's listed as 6 foot. Ran a 4.52, which is a good speed for a safety. 6 foot 215. Um, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, he's Brisker light, but I also feel like he has the potential to possibly be, and hear me out, be a little bit better for Brisker. If you don't know that, hey, he's a playmaker in his own right. He chased down well. He's not scared to play in the middle, but he also goes out there and make plays as well. He can get up there and be a ball hawk of sorts, even though we don't necessarily do that. Even though we got Kobe Bryant that's gonna be in the right alongside him. But yeah, I think we should go out there and get him replace our safety, because quite frankly, if, I know we got some holes on offense, especially on the offensive line, but especially with all the moves and surprisements that we had in the offseason. I think defense took most of the hits, especially. And secondary was definitely one of them, losing both our secondary safeties in Brisker and Kevin Bayard. So getting Kobe and getting somebody that he could play along with that's just as young as him and can build without throughout the future is, I feel, is the proper way to go. Now, let's get on the opposite side of the ball because I know y'all been waiting. So let's go with the third round pick, the 89th pick of the third round. Let's go left tackle Overton out of Alabama. Now let's go. I'm tweaking, not a left tackle. I'm sorry. I'm completely wrong. Let's go. Honestly, let's go this way. I got it mixed up. Let's go Sam Hayek, center out of Kansas State. Now, we all know that we got a couple a couple centers. We signed the center out of why am I drawing the blank? It was in the Super Bowl. Patriots. There you go. We just signed the center out of the Patriots. And we all got mixed feelings about it. He's kind of like a safe pick. He's no Drew Dalman. He's 30 years old. So I'm not necessarily in love with the decision, but I understand it. So, in my opinion, in this draft, you still should be looking for your future. And I think Sam Hyatt is something you could go out there and do. So and especially when you got Bradbury, that's probably most honestly, if unless Sam Hyatt does come in and just blow us out of the water when it comes to how he plays, I do think Bradbury would definitely play majority, if not probably gonna be the starter for us, and playing behind him would be very good. But when it comes to him, he has zero. He's given up 0 sacks, zero QB hits, and only 7 pressures committed in the last year. And he's only had 700, and he's had a total. And this is the key thing that I like. He has a total of 759 snaps as a center. That boy been playing ball. He been playing ball for a long time too. So he got the experience, he got the size that we need. To me, he based on what I've seen, he has the smarts to what I've seen. I think he could be, if not one of the best centers in the draft that we could possibly get, especially in the third round if he's there. I think it's going to be a little bit of a long stretch to get him in the third round at the 89th pick, but if he is there, I think we go out there and secure him. Now, at the fourth round, at the 129 pick, I mentioned this player in my last draft, but I think I picked him in the 5th round. I'm actually going to move him up. I'm going to move him up into the 4th round where we're going to get him at the 129th pick, and that's Torian York, the linebacker out of Texas A&M. Now, I hear what y'all been saying. Well, you just got to tell. We just got Rodriguez. What we get another linebacker for? Hey, our other line, it's sad to say, even though we love him, but he just got hurt, and he ain't getting no older. I mean, no younger. So we got to look for his replacement as well, in my opinion. If you don't go out here and prepare for the future, that's when you become stagnant, and that's where you put yourself in trouble, and that's when you have to put your GM in predicaments where it's come times when he in the offseason and he got to overpay or, pretty much overpay to go get a linebacker instead of somebody you drafted that could be a blue blood. So I think we should go back to back and go get another linebacker to pair for the future as well, because I feel like he's a perfect replacement for the Will side, because I think Rodriguez will be our future Mike, and Torian could be our future Will. Like I said in the previous mock draft, dude is a side-to-side linebacker. He's not the biggest linebacker. I think he's listed at 5'11", 6 foot, maybe 6'1". But he flies everywhere. He's good on the tackle. His strength is run block. I mean, getting to the stopping the run, not run block, stopping the run. The man can stuff some holes. Is what it is, and he covered ground extremely fast. And the way that DA likes to use in certain blitz practices, I know he's gonna be one of those guys that he goes out there and it sends him off the edge screaming off the line, because that's the type of guy I've seen. If you go look at Torrey York in his time in Texas A&M, there's a lot of times him going up that A and B gap free, and he just too fast to get to catch, and he get past that lineman and then running back way too quickly. So I could definitely see DA use him in a multitude of things. So I'm gonna go up here and move him up a little bit, up one more pick instead of the 5th pick and the last one. Now, what we gonna do with the 5th pick? Let's see. See, I'm torn because there is so many ways we could go about this. I got a little bit of 3 picks that we could possibly go with. But I think if we're gonna go in the 5th round, let's pick who I want to go with. I fucked this whole video up.